Hello guys, welcome to Tech-Tonic, the podcast. This thing has been long coming and I think it's time we let you the words know this. I'm Howard Mabuk and some call me Bugs. I think I prefer that name.
I'm Kingsley and I'm a developer and a tech enthusiast.
I'm Gerald Jeffrey and I'm Gerald with the J and not the G. Welcome to Tech-Tonic.
Okay, so Tech-Tonic, the podcast. Here we'll be discussing about tech, like from all angles. Zimbabwean tech outside Zimbabwe, and I think tech associated itself with business. So don't be surprised when you see us throwing some business within. Just to start, I don't know you guys. What's your take on the whole tech space in Zimbabwe? Are we doing good? Maybe.
So for Zim has a lot of interesting things that are going on. There's the fintech side of things.
Yeah.
There's the what you call it. Those hustlers, like we have developers, right?
Yeah.
In the tech hubs, there are people coming up with solutions, and we have like internet services. Mm-hmm. So that's where your Starlink comes in. That's where your Utelsat comes in, and we have the security aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
So those things, I think they're seeing growth, right? Influenced obviously by what's happening outside the country. But it's those spaces, they're quite interesting. We are seeing growth, we are seeing movement actually. Mm-hmm. Also, it's quite old news now, but cybersecurity is, I think now it's more important to people because of what happened to some companies that we will not name. Some companies that we will not name. I think going forward, some of these companies are sensitive and we shouldn't name them. And some of this information is probably confidential. So some companies that got attacked in cybersecurity threats, they're making cybersecurity a top priority in these organizations. I think soon after those threats, you saw job openings for cybersecurity specialists, which is interesting. And also, Starlink coming to them is quite interesting.
Yeah.
I know that there are issues around who got the tender, but that's quite interesting that we can actually officially access Starlink. Now in the fintech space, we have Omari doing things, which is quite interesting. It's old news now, but I think it's something that we can trace and follow up on. So yeah, basically that's that. It's quite interesting now. I think we have more stories to share as we progress and obviously get comfortable in front of the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, Gerald, with the J.
I would agree that technology is actually expanding and growing in Zimbabwe. Yeah. But I would also highlight that we are still a bit late. Like if you look at the technologies that are still employing financial sector, the card system, you still need to put your PIN. In other countries, you just step and then you go. Some of those new tech is not like embraced. Like in other countries, you already have automated teller, and you still need your card.
In Zimbabwe, still have companies who are looking for an IT guy.
Yes, yeah. Not like a specific position. Yeah. We have seen like old-fashioned ATMs in the financial sector. In other countries, you don't even need to carry your card to go to the ATM. Yeah. So some of these technologies are not embraced in Zimbabwe. They are still lagging behind. There are no people actually exploring into that. Like let's say trying it out, testing, or there's a lot that can be done to improve the tech space, because some of these technologies we are celebrating today, it's now old-fashioned in other countries. Yes.
Yeah, but so in that regard, I mean, I don't know what steps can you take, because the good thing about tech is that tech doesn't have borders per se.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, say, whatever piece of tech that you look at, right, you can take Oracle, for example. Right? Oracle distributes, they did Java, right, and they have databases.
Yeah.
All of those things, most of those things, up to a level, they're free. Learning about those things is free. So, like, how can we bridge this gap? Because there's some things, right, that require hardware. We can say that we do not have the hardware, but there's some things that are literally just practically software based. And these technologies, they are free for everyone to access. Like you can just write Java now, and you don't have to pay anything.
From my perspective, as far like the tech space, we can say it's moving well, right? As far as the people in Zimbabwe are concerned, but the moment you get outside of Zimbabwe, that's when you start seeing we are a little bit behind. Yeah, we are a little bit behind. Why? Another person, I think we need to rewire mentality, even in developers in Zimbabwe, and even the companies in Zimbabwe. We need to rewire mentality. Why do that? Tine a number of things. Actually, each and every company will produce something. It can produce a software, it can produce a product here producer. You make a mentality product in the end. Of which some of my products, I personally don't think they should be your product as a company. Let's take things to practical. It's a daily delivery.
Yes.
That app works very well. I don't blame, and naturally there's something wrong by it. The only thing you can do with it is what it is being used. It's actually saving a single brand.
Yeah, because it's proprietary technology. So I think they came from this aspect. They developed the software. They developed this piece of software, and it's their software.
Why should
You'd
it be their software?
you'd want a situation where anyone can access direct delivery, like any food distributor can use direct delivery. But I think it doesn't work that way.
Why?
I don't know.
Wasn't there?
They
No.
invested resources. They invested time in doing this, but they don't see the bigger picture of onboarding other.
That's what I'm saying. If they created the app for their own purposes. If they open the app to all other companies that do the fast food, does that remove the definition of the app being theirs?
Yeah.
Or does that remove? Actually, let me say, does that make the app not save their people's good application? Ya garacha wanongona nje kuti munhu aode chikafu from Simbisa, to be specific, right?
Yeah.
From Simbisa outlets. Over wana chikafu from the Simbisa outlets. If you open vamwe vanhu vauye pa-app, munhu achimboda chikafu chekusimbisa anongochiwana still, right?
Yeah, so I'd say the situation in Kuti, so as developers, as people into tech, I think we develop what they call myopia in market. We see things in a narrow, focused way. So we just see that direct delivery, right? We see the direct delivery thing. We do not see the processes that support that application, right?
Yeah.
There are people who are taking orders. Like when you order, where does that order go? How is that order processed? How is that order packaged and delivered? How do they organize those drivers?
Yeah.
Say they onboard an onboard caffeine, right?
Yeah.
Caffeine which doesn't just onboard. There are several processes. Basically, that means maybe they might need someone who's manning the dashboard, who's taking note of orders.
Yeah.
Someone who's doing who's processing so that the delivery guy can come and collect those things. All of those business processes, it might affect their brand because direct delivery was marketed as a Simbisa thing. But now you onboard someone else who doesn't have those processes. Yeah.
Then what I'm thinking, right? I think for any food outlet in Zimbabwe, there are controls and rules that you have to abide by so that you deliver up to standard. Otherwise, don't know urawa never. But kune zvoto vagaita. They say like I can't remember. There's a department I think in Zimbabwe which no follower, no check my standards. Whatever product you offer, it expire, whatever those things, right?
Yeah.
using those, we create an application for everyone anobika. And just have to have maybe a certificate, look certified, but whatever you're doing is up to standard, right? Those guys vagara nongofamba even in places ukatoita kumageto chito chikafu unotora kuisa chigara kutokuda chikafu chakudya chokundi like waida kucheka mastandards epano panobikira, right? Then app is open to everyone. You order food even in a menu, any other restaurant. You order food, right? Actually, you know, to create a more employment.
So do you remember Munch? Munch was basically like what you're saying. Yeah. Because on Munch, a restaurant would onboard on Munch.
Yeah.
And you could order food from that restaurant. But Munch didn't have. So that's what I'm saying, that dialect delivery is not the dialect delivery app that you see. It's the business processes that support the application behind the scene.
Apart, what else apart from person ordering food? At the end, you see someone ordered food. Mm-hmm. They package the food. Open face and buy any food. Whatever.
Basically that you could see. So just like the example that I gave, that we onboard cafe news, right? Yeah. So we're saying that if they open it up to the public, if they open it up to other food outlets, right? These food outlets would then need to modify their processes to cater for delivery purposes, right? No. Just like KFC or this drive-thru, you don't just start a drive-thru. You have to modify your processes. You need someone who's taking the order. You need to have this.
But for the convenience.
Exactly, right? For the convenience. So what I'm saying is that onboarding direct delivery to other people might not be that much of a challenge. It just then needs those people to modify their processes to fit into this model. So imagine you order something from Cafe Niche and it takes 3 hours to get to you.
Now, the thing is, under normal circumstances, no matter there's an app or no app, will you eat food from Cafe Niche? Yes, you will, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, of course, you know, to consider budget and something. I mean, but food you should go eat. Now you're super app, you're furniture change. Upon, but the thing we are considering, everyone can still, but still the thing no matter anyone I register, but you food you still go there and order food. Delivery, it can be separate thing, just don't see company related. Could create a company which does food delivery.
So here's something, right? I think maybe for the next episode we do a take, right? Yeah. Where we look at a popular application being used in Zimbabwe. Yeah. And we go through sort of like a design session of how that application can be improved. Just like you're saying that, I think you're referencing Zomato, right? Yeah, Zomato. So in India they use Zomato, and Zomato is a big application. It's basically India's open market that everyone uses. Yeah. So I think maybe we can do that thing in Kuti. We look at the direct delivery. We look at the processes, we find out how the processes work, how the application works, and also like the people that can benefit from it, and how the model can be used when it's then like open to the public, basically. So it's quite interesting. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Anyway, I think the point that I want to tell you, we need to rewire our mentality and we start producing something for Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
things for Zimbabwe. Whatever the true producer, we need to make money. We need to fight a madness. That thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I think for next episode we try to go deeper on that thing.
Yeah, true.
And you see, there are a lot of things that we need to improve. Anyway, I don't know if you have anything local that you still need to talk about. Maybe we can switch to one of the international stories that are interesting to me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Going international.
Guys, you're skipping Starlink. Why are you skipping Starlink? Starlink coming to Zimbabwe. Starlink is official. It's official that Starlink is coming to Zimbabwe, and I think it causes.
Can you say it's coming or it's already here?
No, Starlink.
It's here before it was here.
So Starlink was in Zim, right? Yeah. But it wasn't official, and I think we all remember that a few weeks ago, the government had like officially banned it, and Starlink had withdrawn services. Even for people who were on roaming, it issued a statement saying that it's withdrawing services. But now we are facing a situation where Starlink is coming to Zimbabwe officially, right?
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Exactly, that's a game changer. And so now think with how is that going to affect the ISP landscape, the internet service provider landscape? What does that mean for the average consumer? What does that mean for businesses? And like, what are there any changes that you expect to see, or like, how do you think the local ISPs will respond?
The first thing that I want to say, I think it's already a mentality is wrong within the people. Of course, it might be right somewhere. If there is a change in something, especially tech, there's a new technology introduced. People always think with mabasa kupera. Yeah, mainly what one mabasa kupera na IT wakita mabasa. Don't you know when now the party? It might not be necessary that why not Starlink irukuya. And I think it's for the good of the people of Zimbabwe. When you tagare cinema that not to do, I think Titori one do that not drastic.
Yeah, true.
Probably expensive. Yeah. And it comes Starlink in the standards are now. I think it's as much as people can think it manago need it's made companies are the whatever. I think Shango for some would retic. I don't know.
Yeah, what's your take?
Yeah, I think it will lower down the rates of data. But we also have to take note that the setup is a little bit pricey. Starlink won't be for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting to see how the landscape will change. And I know that mobile data, like that one that is tailored to your SIM card, that will remain expensive. But home Wi-Fi should now become cheaper.
But now consider it's not for everyone.
Obviously.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to rethink. That doesn't mean if I can't afford Starlink, then I'll still go to the internet.
Yeah. So I was looking at this issue, right? So there's mobile data, right? The one that your MNO offers.
Yeah.
Mobile network operators, the one that they offer, and then there's like home Wi-Fi. Those things are different. Home Wi-Fi should be very, very cheap and affordable, and then the MNO provided data, that's the one that's expensive. So I think once the mobile satellite thing, once that one comes, maybe we'll see a change, we'll see a movement. But currently, I think Zoe, Tel1, and Dandem Tandi, I think those are the guys that have to make a move in regards to Starlink being like legally allowed to operate in Zimbabwe. And obviously I won't talk about the gender stuff because that's
but still tender. I think
because I was
from my perspective, considering this thing is not for everyone. This Starlink thing. I think no, apana mlunzi name of tenga Starlink kune face ya.
Yeah, true.
Because I think you can still the fact that you can actually use Starlink in Zimbabwe freely, right? That means you can tenga nyangu kabana pa India, ndakana pa Zimbabwe, ndakana pa Mozambique, ndakana ndaka connect, right? But I think the whole tender thing is for corporates.
Yeah, probably corporates because they regulate corporates more than they regulate individuals.
Or a government institution.
Yeah, but guys, I noticed that most of the companies that we after the tender are actually some ISP service providers.
Oh, really?
Was it not going to pose a monopoly on one of the service providers? Let's say if Dande gets the tender.
No, it doesn't. It wouldn't make sense for Dande to be a distributor because it's a conflict of interest. How can you distribute a competitor's product? Because Starlink could be a competitor. How do you distribute a competitor's product?
Very true. Yeah. But anyway, and now I'm going to Starlink is not fair for one.
Yeah, it's that's true.
Yeah, as much as we can be able to, things are going to change. Starlink is not everyone. Chatruka for the line. Data teaching for the one hapo. So good to go and tenga was who tenga Starlink when solar per day. After one chesa mageza?
Yes.
Get a I don't know what's going to
But for the corporate world, it's a real game changer.
Yeah, true.
Because most corporates we have access, even in town. Imagine how many shops will be connected.
Yeah,
Imagine the possibilities of expanding the e-commerce in Zimbabwe where everyone is connected.
There's also
Yeah.
because Starlink is unlimited data, right? And imagine this setup where free access Wi-Fi points,
Yeah.
free access Wi-Fi points in banking halls and public spaces. I think Starlink can be able to.
I don't know.
Even those in malls.
Even in
those who are
malls
renting
and
malls,
everything.
you
So
can just put one and then everyone is connected.
As none of us in a city, but no
I know, like so the bank was just an example that you have free Wi-Fi access points everywhere where people meet. Like everywhere where there's people are congregated. Okay, even in your churches, there's free Wi-Fi access.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen, right? I think one of the reasons why Zomato is very popular is because internet is not expensive in India.
Yeah, that's true.
The internet is readily available to everyone. And
that's get it on credit.
Exactly. That's what we
I don't know
need.
if the correct way.
That's what we need to move forward. If we have free, like, broad internet access to everyone. Because now I understand that over 6 million people have smartphones, I think, in Zimbabwe, according to the internet, by the way, or somewhere there. Not really sure of the numbers. But so that wide internet access, right, you can then support all those other products or those other internet-based products, because we need to move away from USSD.
Yeah.
We have to move away from USSD because I know USSD is major, but you need to move away from that, going more into these mobile applications. They are bringing in security, they are bringing in more functionality. We want people to be using this, because now we have this situation where we prefer USSD because we are saying, good, there are people at Rumusha, we can't. But now with Starlink, everyone can, even people in rural areas can be connected. And you know that mobile technology is moving, phones are becoming cheaper. We have your iTels that are very affordable, and they're using Android. It's Android Go, right? There's a lighter version of Android for smaller phones, for medium-end phones, low-end phones, yeah. And so, Wi-Fi access, like internet access, it will move our vision forward. It will move tech adoption forward, to move everything forward, like everyone. Because we have to really move away from USSD.
Yeah,
Once we move away from USSD, we know that we have limitless capabilities. You can't be ordering a direct delivery from USSD. The session is 1 minute long. 1 minute long. And the time's out and you haven't ordered anything. You haven't entered your address. So we want that to happen. We want that movement to happen. It will take time, obviously.
Yeah.
But we want it to happen. So